Hello everyone, and welcome to my stream. Today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV, and last time we got into Heaven's Ward proper. So now we're gonna continue on with the MSQ and start continuing the expansion. So without further ado, let's get started. Greetings, Master Corwin. On behalf of House Fortomp, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me. So, before we started, I went ahead and attuned to all the Aetherites in the city, so we can easily travel around. Just so you guys didn't have to see all that. And this is by the Lost Vigil, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Okay. Also, I've started, since I have two accounts, one which is my bot and one which is my streaming account, I've started watching my stream as of today on both accounts, so that I get more viewers. Okay, let's get here. Oh, hello, Hoshaphone. The warrior of light and his brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I can't tell you how long I've waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fortomp Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends. Introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
Okay. I'll tab to the right tab. Yeah.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortomp.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You will do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Oh, hello, Duck. I don't know why you haven't used it. We have a quack sound alert. Aptly named Duck just for you. Like that. Let's see, I get this. Ooh, is any of this better than what I have for my Dragoon or Samurai? First off, switch to my Dragoon. Oh, Raptor! Is Raptor here? Yes, he is. Hello, Raptor. That's better for my Dragoon. What about the one for my Samurai? I think it's striking? Yeah. Comparison. They're exactly the same, so I'm getting the Dragoon gear. Alphanode has in mind to learn more about Ishgard. Excuse me. Hey, Raptor. Oh, Primal, guess what I downloaded a emulator for? Final Fantasy Tactics, the one you told me about. Crab rape. But yeah, I downloaded a emulator for the Final Fantasy Tactics game you told me about. Though our friends in House for Tom have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. Yes, Grimoire of the Rift. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. No, I still think this Final Fantasy game is the best one ever. You'll get a debate on that whether you like it or not. This is still best Final Fantasy game ever. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. But I grow forgetful of my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we depart. Their documentations is in order, I trust. Yes, my lord. These documents identify you as wards of House Vartamp. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to the treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Vartam. But let us hope that it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any such situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Wolfmage Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go. By the way, I don't know if I've made a command for this. Have I made a command for that? No, I haven't. I need to make one. STREAM. Stream elements? Because my YouTube is where my videos go after I've stopped streaming. So I need to have a link to that. Sorry, I'm quickly making a command for my YouTube so that you guys can look up my YouTube channel if so desired. Once the freaking websites load. Oh, Goblin, is Hayek here? I made that for him. No, he's not here. Yeah, I made the raptor for Primal, the goblin for Hayak, because his avatar is a goblin, and the duck for you, Venta. Oh, I see what's going on. Authorize. I'll have to work with this after stream. Just know that next stream I will have a YouTube command so you can... Wait a sec. Do any of my Stream Elements commands work? Okay, yes. Yes, my Stream Elements commands work. I just can't log into Stream Elements. For some odd reason. Nope, stop targeting Midgard Zomer. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hopland, from whence we gaze upon the splendor of the holy vault, though all other sights pale in comparison. 'Tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled Caesar Kreutzer, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services before descending to the Foundation Aetheryte Plaza. If there are any questions. So my Stream Elements commands work, but I can't for some reason. No, not the Jewel Chrysler. This Aetheryte net charge should work. But yeah, for some reason I can't log into stream elements. There we go. Now my character is a Kirby. But for some reason he is invisible. Probably because I chose a black one on a black background. Let's fix that. There we go. Now I'm actually visible and not invisible. No. What the? Is my character on stream avatars invisible for you guys? Oh no, there it goes. For some reason my stream was delayed for me. Thank you for the lurk, Raptor. The Hoplon, some so named for the brazen great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north, of course, is the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statue to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined the king with King Thornton, the King Thornton first to put down Needhog and found this grand nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled crozer, I can't read that word. I shall introduce you to Mistress Ellancy, our master of the market. And while I'm at the market, I can check on my retainers. Drew Kreutzer. I don't know why my avatar is giving off hearts. Two, 8, 5. Now to quickly repair my gear over at the repairman. Mender. And then resell those skill pieces that I just got. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling competitors, which makes you all Words of Hofstortomp, how very interesting. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners, should you be uncomfortable. Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armors, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the Kreutzer. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza in Foundation, if anyone is ready. If everyone is ready. Luckily, I attuned to that very Aetheryte as well as the others, which is why we can just teleport there. Whoops. Actually, I meant to do this right at the start of the stream, but I completely forgot. I need to pick up Astrologian and Dark Knight. The only two jobs that I pick up during Heaven's Ward of the three. So I need to do that. My first tank of this character and my main healer. I need those. Aethernet. Let's see. So you want to be a... No. No. I believe the Dark Knight is somewhere... I know Astrologian is over here. Dark Spectacle. That's the one for Dark Knight. And what's your sign? That's the one for Astrologian. So we're gonna pick both of them up. Greetings and welcome to the Athenaeum Astrologicum. I cannot read those words. Perhaps you were drawn by the fate of this, by fate to this place of learning, or perhaps you wish to know more of fate itself. Do you wish to know more of fate? Yes. Then you were wise to come hither, for in the stars are written the fate of every man and woman in Hydaelyn, on Hydaelyn. It was there in the stars that I read a man would call upon the Athenaeum. I cannot read that word. This very day, a man who would play an important role in my own life. But my apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours, so I might know who is to be my newest protege? Give her your name and become his protege? Yes. Wolfmage. Well, I was not expecting that, but what a name it is. But an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their sons and daughters, lives whose paths have already been foretold. In a sense, that is. My name is... I'm just gonna call him Jan, and leave it at that. And I am an astrologian for the Holy See. Remember that name, for it shall echo forevermore in the annals of history, Ishgard's history. Well, it will once we put it there. Give me astrologian. Starglobe? I have better robes for this. Actually, do I have... No, where to begin? I suppose I could consult my divine deck for an answer, but that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or reading the stars, is a branch of astrological science which originated in distant Charlian. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago when Adunal the Younger learned that the movement of the stars could also be used to foresee the movements of the divine hordes. Dravanian hordes, I can't read, that the field became popular. Since then, what was once a single science has bifurcated into 2 smaller yet ultimately different schools of learning: the Charlian school of astrology and the Ishgardian school. The former places a focus on tapping celestial aether and transforming it into beneficial magics, or astrology, astronomically. I cannot read these words, it's too big. And the latter specializes solely in determining the actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I am not a student of the former, only a student of the only student of the former. I am a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let us just say that my fellow astrologians here have been less than approving of my path, but that is simply because they are afraid of what they do not know. Once they do know of how Charlian astrology can benefit the sea and its soldiers, they will feel foolish for ever having doubted me, us. You will be joining me, will you not? Walk the path that has been laid out before you instead of stubbornly denying your fate, postponing the inevitable. I see you waste no time in making your decision. Let us, like I always say, the stars are never wrong. Alas, even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock the secrets written in those stars. Myself, I have been a student of the astronomic arts for more summers than I can count, and I still oft misread the signs shown to me in the skies, though my reading are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Athenaeum in Charlian. Not the Charlian, the colony that once thrived in Dravanian hinterlands. I can recall my time there like it was yesterday. The first 6 moons I was not even allowed to touch the deck of Ffxiv, let alone conduct a reading with the major arcana. Most of my time was spent in the scriptorium transcribing old tomes and astrological fundamentals such as the 6 elemental houses, divine duplicity, class transparency, house modality, and polarity. Dignity, various documents. I harbored the task and would tirelessly pester my instructor as to when I might actually be granted the opportunity to weave a spell or perform a reading. It wasn't until the end of the 6th moon that I realized that all transcribing had prepared me for the essentials I would need to do those very things. The position of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses and their relation to the major and minor arcana of the deck of 60. Therein lies the secret to tapping the ethereal powers locked in the heavens. And soon you too will become privy to these secrets. But not this day. No. I would have you transcribe. I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. You see, I am expecting the arrival of an important guest. My old mentor from the studium has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard and speak with the Holy See regarding the implementation of Charlian astrology techniques in the city defense. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving, and I have begun to worry for their safety. I should be much obliged, therefore, if you would inquire of their astrologian here. If you would inquire of the astrologian here at their, if they have heard aught. Why would Lord Jan think he had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from across the blood-borne sea? I am an astrologian, not a fortune teller. I cannot simply look to the stars and scry the location of a viscount's guess, unless his guests are dragons, that is. I suppose if anyone knows aught, it would be the observatorium. We here at the Athenaeum are but students dedicated to research. Those with any influence in our field are assigned to the astroscope. Let me guess. The good Lord Jan said he saw you in a vision and that the stars told him that you were to suddenly study Charlatan astrology with him. I am close. Am I close? You must be the 100th of his pets to pester me this week alone. I harbor no ill will towards ignorant unbelievers, unlucky enough to find themselves caught up in talk of stars and fortunes. But you may tell that story, excuse for an astrologian, for the umpteenth time that I have heard naught concerning his imaginary friend from faraway Charlatan. Just do not tell the Viscount I called him a excuse for astrologian, right? Jan is still waiting for word on his missing Charlatan instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. Is it any wonder that the near 15 years since he has returned from Charlatan, his skills in arconomy has remained unchanged? Any wonder that he has never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of Charlatan school? He is a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maidens' eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. All right. You tell the poor man I just returned from the observatorium, and one night at the feast hall happened to overhear Chief Astrologian Formant speak with one of his aides regarding Charlatan. He was very upset, and I wasn't about to risk my career over something I cared little about, so merely put my head down and ate my beet soup. But that is all I know, and you did not hear from me. Master, I thought this day would not get any worse. No, I'm not suggesting that you meet in any way. Meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It is just that It may be in our best interest to be. It may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. There are certain people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Coupled that with the fact that you are an outsider and an unbeliever, and people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove that our intentions are just and for the good of all Ishgard. I must ask that you travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. Karthus. Now, Karthus. Quickly travel here. Camp Dragonhead. No. Actually, before we do that, we're going to make a quick stop at the Aetheryte Plaza here and make that one of our favorite destinations. That way it costs less to travel here. Talking so fast makes me out of breath. Okay. Set up favored. Now to travel to... here and go quickly take a bathroom break while I teleport. Okay, I'm back. Now we can fly to the observatorium. What is that bug? Is that the snow? Just being turned black by my carbuncle? This floor? Nope. Maybe it was on that floor and he just hadn't spawned yet. Yep. Oh, Wolfmage, allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. As for our business with Chief Astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. Ah, Jan, I might have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider into the holy see, the holy place of observation? You have always had an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. 'Tis why you are so as worthless as an astrologian now as you were when you returned from the heathen city of a decade and a half ago. But the stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the horde will attack. Their power can be tapped. The aether within can be used for. The aether should be left to be. Has history taught you not about the folly of the Neminians, the Tapori, and the Mahachi? My uncle, the Charlians have been wielding astronomically for ages without disrupting aether balance. This power, combined with the Ishgardian astrology, could be what is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the vault agree, as they have given me their blessing to continue my research. But I did not come to trade barbs with you, Nuncle. Nuncle. Let's just save that for another time. I am here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlian. For someone who says he is not to trade barbs. You have been quite generous in your dealings with them today. If it means you will leave and allow me to return to my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know what information found its way into my desk just yesterday morning. Serpent Reaver's sightings and foul weather provided the the professor's ship from entering the Strait of Maltor, where they have made their way up the Maiden and into Carthus after deterring around the south of Vilbrand. They finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land route along the Royal Alagon Sunway into Blackshroud. It is there, it seems, they lost their way. A lost astrologian, huh? It is as my morning readings predicted. Delama was determined to detriment to the house of the spire while ascending over Applic. Wolfmage, you must journey to Blackshroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Colperin. He is my personal manservant, and I shall accompany you. He is not one for conversation, but his sword arm is amongst the best in all the pillars. He should see you safe of any danger to befall you, and something tells me danger lurks on the horizon. It is a pleasure to serve you, my lord. I shall make haste to Quarry Mill and await you there. This is the longer of the two unlocked quests. No. Blackshroud. Quarry Mill. Is no... He should be right around here. There he is. My lord, I've questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of query-dressed outsiders passed through not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them. But before we go, may I ask a may I ask a moment of your time? I would not desire there under utter aught of ill manner, but his recent fixation with finding a protege, I believe it ill considered. This passion, however pure, has left him with more than one enemy within in the astrological community. Lord Fortomp has seen to this. Fortomp. No, not Fortomp. For Lamont. Not Lord Fortomp. I fear not only for his name, but I fear not only for how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg of you, pray do not drag him any further down this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dreams, and let it remain at that, a dream. No good will come of encouraging him. It will only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while serving Lord Jan at his it is his uncle, the Count, who employs me. Now, as for the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travelers and hurry back to our respective huts. I shall lead. Might I ask that you take the rear and see that none might take us unawares? Toot, toot, toot. Quickly run over here. Now, fair warning, I will start doing dailies once I unlock Astrologian and not Gunbreaker, Dark Knight. I will start doing dailies on stream once I unlock those, because they get lower queue times and there is the Charlatan we seek, and it appears they have found themselves in some trouble. On hand, my grandfather. Fancy, well, feisty. Well, we'll fetch a fine price for that one from the pleasure barge, brig, Captain. The soul has spoken. Grabbed old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of be, be, be gemmed baubles and golden trinkets. Up, or I'll toss you to the snakes. You want to see the old man again? You leave us the girl. Try anything, he dies, and he's dead. Wait. Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here? Surrendering any power he might have had to free himself from those bandits. Unless you were the one he saw in his readings before we left Old World, but that was more than a moon ago. My grandfather scryed from the cards that he would serve as the bridge for countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other? These men of the forest are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers. The stars have spoken and laid their path not before you, but before the adventure here. You must take the soul crystal of the astrologian and place it near your heart. Listen to the tales of those who walked before, and know the journey as you do your own. As for the tools you require and the knowledge needed to wield them, Lev Viva, shall see those to those matters. You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him. This is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we tread upon this land. It is not by choice that you stand here today with the soul crystal of the astrologian in your hand. It is fate. complete. Oh, cancel. Don't want that to replace my summoner gear. Okay. Cast Glamour. I need to get better equipment for... Now we're going to quickly do this objective. Laviva waits patiently for you to pull yourself together and equip her grandfather's soul crystal. Now listen carefully, for we haven't much time. The star globe which you hold is both your sword and your shield. It will grant you strength as well as protection, but most important of all, it will grant you insight into the current location of the stars, in, enabling you to channel the heavens, another aether into your own body and use in all manner of magics. The better attuned you become to the heavens and their malefic and benefic bodies, the better the aether might be multiplied during succor to bring succor or pain. But as you already know, the star globe is not only a tool in astronomicer, as it has as it has at its disposal. The arcana are more specifically, the six major arcana may a, play a defining role in what type of astrologian you will become. Any layman will tell you that the cards can predict a man's future. This is both true and untrue. It is not the future that the cards predict, but the cards influencing the man so that a certain future becomes more attainable. Seeking to tell a man's fortune, you draw a card from your deck. Upon reading the card, you scry that man will be victorious in a coming battle. What is it you bring this man? What did that man brings his victory, but aether tapped from one of the lower six heavens, granting the man strength, making it all the much easier for him to overcome his enemy. Of course, what cards is drawn is linked directly to a target's destiny as well as yours. Are you the one who will see this man to fruition, or will you lead him to his downfall? It all depends on your reading. Normally, I would not dare cover so much in a first lesson, but it is my grandfather who has placed his life in your hands, and I'm not about to watch him have his throat slit because you cannot tell the face of an arcana from its back. We have two seemingly capable soldiers here to take the brunt of the bandits' blows. Allow them to carve a trail of carnage while you convince the stars to nudge the two in a direction favorable to my kin. I understand this must be a lot to digest, but if you are ever to become a capable astrologian, you must believe in the path laid before you and in your power to read it, follow it, and ultimately control it. It takes some time to custom acclimate yourself to your new abilities, and let me know when you are ready to begin. You have learned all. Okay, so now to redo my hotbars. Oop, get rid of that. Let's see, this is Asuna, so that goes here. Swift cast. Draw goes here. No, not there. Here. Undraw goes there. Play goes here. Benefic 2 goes there. Repose. Combust goes here. Benefic goes here. Central Dignity goes here. Helios goes here. That goes there. And I don't have Surecast or Rescue yet. General Limit Break goes here. Now to go my macros. Very important. Let's see, Ascend. Malefic. Combust. And Repose. Okay. Anything else? Xenoclassy, Foul, Despair. Nope, nothing else. This goes here for when I have it. What level do I get? Powers. Actions and traits. I get Gravity at level 45. Okay. Move up. Move up. Move up. Okay. Okay. Now to do my HUD layout for this job. Okay. I see in your eyes that you are ready. Whatever that Whether that actually makes you ready or not, only time will tell. Time, unfortunately, is something we no longer have in abundance. Let us make Let us take to the shadows and find out where these bandits are hiding my grandfather. May the stars be our guide. Oh, The ewer. Oh, I missed a card. Fuck. Thing is, you need to pick up all the cards. I have 3 of the 6 cards. This will be the 4th of the 6 cards. HP restored via magic and need to kill this tree so that I can get close enough to that card to pick it up. As well as this bat. Come on. Die, bat, die.